ladies and gentlemen. Please put your hands together to welcome Yang Amat Berhormat Dato Sri Najib Tun Razak, the Prime Minister of Malaysia.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And a very good afternoon. Yang Berhormat Senator Khairul Azwan Harun, Chairman KLIYD, Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Shammuddin, Naib President, UMNO and Defence Minister, Special Functions Minister, Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Diraja Dr. Zamri, Chief Minister of Perak, Yang Berhormat Datuk Wira Mas Irmayati, our Puteri Chief and Deputy Minister Tourism, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Let me begin by extending a heartfelt welcome to all the participants and international delegates who have joined us here today. As I recall, in its inaugural year, KL International Youth Discourse 2016 focused on issues of security and democracy. And I talked to you about the steps the Malaysian government has been taking to ensure that our democratic liberties are kept safe from the scourges of terrorism and extremism. This year, KLIYD 2017 focuses on issues that stand to threaten our stability in the future, from climate change to energy, food, cybersecurity, to maintaining employment and creating high-quality jobs. There is no doubt that there will be great challenges in the future. How we prepare for them today will determine our ability to overcome these issues tomorrow. Turning first to cybersecurity. Right now, every second, 8 new users are joining the internet. At the same time, it has been estimated that by the end of every single day, nearly 1 million new pieces of malware, computer viruses, or other malicious software will be released, and something like 30,000 websites will be hacked. Viruses and Trojans today are designed to do a range of damage, from stealing data to watching you via your webcam without your knowledge, to stealing money in your bank accounts. Cyber criminals have the capacity to attack large institutions, well-known multinational companies, even nation states. For while laws are mostly national, the internet is borderless. And as you are all aware, there is a raging debate going on whether the outcome of a certain election was actually influenced by another foreign country using cyber attacks. We in the government take this very seriously. Earlier this year, the Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation launched a Cybersecurity Awareness for Everyone program, which seeks to educate the public on how best to utilize online technology. We have sought to put in place agreements with other countries so that we can cooperate and coordinate in policing cyberspace, such as the MOU I signed with the Prime Minister of India. Soon after I took office in 2009, we gazetted Cybersecurity Malaysia as a national agency to protect critical information infrastructure for the safety of the public economy and government services. I'm glad to say that these and other efforts have been recognized internationally. When the latest Global Cybersecurity Index was released this year, Malaysia was ranked 3rd out of 193 states around the world. The assessment by the International Communication Union is based on 5 pillars, namely legal, technical, organizational, capacity building, and cooperation. And we were praised for our creation of the International Security Certification Body, a department under Cybersecurity Malaysia, as showing the excellence of our commitment to ensuring a safe cyberspace. Since we know that more and more of our lives, of our businesses, and of our interactions with each other are taking place in cyberspace, this is a very real commitment to the future of all the young people here today, and we should be proud that so respected an international body has awarded us such a high position. Ladies and gentlemen, climate change is another challenge we simply cannot ignore. The planet is changing before our very eyes. Scientists predict shifting climate zones, the creation of drought-prone regions in North America and Asia, the erosion of ice sheets will cause rising sea levels, and there will be more violent storms and floods. I agree with Senator Khairul Azwan that we can no longer wait for our neighbors to the west to take decisive action on climate change. While some debate the truth or falsity of these dangers, we in this part of the world are already dealing with the consequences. So while we are committed to the goals of the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change, we in Malaysia will also take the lead in ensuring the safety of our future generations. Under the 9th plan, we had already begun working on producing energy from non-fossil fuel sources, and as back as 2006, we had put in place a national biofuel policy. Under the 10th Malaysia Plan, from 2011 to 2015 alone, Malaysia spent 51 billion ringgit to enhance resilience against climate change, and that includes addressing flood risks, water security, food security, protecting coastlines, and health. The 11th Malaysia Plan, from 2016 to 2020, saw policies that were further focused on green growth to support sustainability and resilience. The measures include strengthening the enabling environment for green growth, the adoption of sustainable consumption and production practices, conserving natural resources, and building resilience against climate change and natural disasters. Our efforts in this area are seeing results. We voluntarily pledged that by 2020, we will reduce our emissions of carbon dioxide by 40% based on 2005 figure. And by 2015, ladies and gentlemen, we had already achieved a reduction of 33%. So you can see that we are very much on course. We are further determined to achieve a 45% reduction in emissions by 2030, and we aim to fully carbon neutral by 2050. Proof again of our commitment to our young people and generations to come. These, ladies and gentlemen, are real commitment. They're not cheap promises like you will hear from some politicians who are promising less tolls and subsidized oil. Quite apart from the fact that they don't know how they would pay for these policies, they would also promote more cars on the road, thereby putting more CO2 in the air and contributing to a carbon footprint that we must reduce, not increase, if our world is to be a safe environment for humanity. By contrast, I promise you that this government will never put short-term political advantage ahead of the national interests. The safety and security of Malaysians in the years to come will always come first. Ladies and gentlemen, although we have reduced hardcore poverty in Malaysia from 3.8% in 2009 to just 0.4% in 2016, we are deeply aware that issues around inequality, rising living costs, and social ills concern all Malaysians. I am pleased to say that as of early 2017, more than 8 million Malaysians have benefited from the One Malaysia People's Aid, or BRIM. Selangor was the state that had the most number of BRIM recipients, with 666,000 approved applications, while Sabah and Sarawak also had significant numbers of approvals, with 477,000 and 538,000 approvals, respectively. Households in the eKasih database with a monthly income below 3,000 ringgit are eligible to receive a BRIM payment of 1,200 ringgit. Households earning between 3,000 to 4,000 are eligible to receive 900 ringgit, while unmarried individuals earning below 2,000 monthly can receive 450 ringgit. This is a redistributive and inclusive policy. It is about giving money to low-income households to make their burden lighter. BRIM has also a multiplier effect that spurs economic growth and boosts spending. So BRIM not only helps the households who receive it, it also helps local businesses and the Malaysian economy as a whole. Ladies and gentlemen, I agree that we need to take a more holistic approach to issues that may affect our young people. For instance, for years, we have responded to drug addiction with an iron fist, but my cabinet recognizes that such an approach on its own may not be most effective. The agenda social that this government intends to put forward will look at solving the problem of addiction through inclusion, making sure that young people have jobs so that they want to be present in their lives rather than pursuing a vacant and life-destroying escapism. Rather than isolating addicts, we need to integrate them. We need to give them opportunities. For that, creating opportunities for our youth is key to a secure future for our country. We must ensure that the right educational skills for them. In this regard, we know that technical and vocational education training, or TVET, is vital in producing a highly skilled and competitive workforce. This is why all Malaysia's TVET institutions, currently under 7 ministries, is being merged to become TVET Malaysia under the purview of the Ministry of Human Resources. This is why we have allocated 4.9 billion ringgit to implement TVET Malaysia Master Plan and to encourage TVET graduates to pursue their studies. The government also provides 100 TVET outstanding student scholarships with an allocation of 4.5 million ringgit. Ladies and gentlemen, as the government recognizes the importance of housing for a secure future, we have spent close to 13 billion ringgit to assist young people in owning affordable homes and resolving housing issues, especially in urban areas. The program includes People's Housing Project, the Youth Transit Home Scheme, the Housing Loan Scheme, the My Home Program, and My Deposit Program, and the revival of abandoned housing projects. These are just some of the policies that we have put in place to deal with the challenge of creating a secure future for all Malaysians. We have also been consulting widely in formulating TN50 or Transformasi Nasional 2050. We want to hear from you as we are a government who listens. But the safety and security of all Malaysians has always been this government's top priority. And it is the result of the government plans that provide a sure foundation for that safe and secure future. The creation of 2.26 million new jobs, the increase of gross national income of about 50%, the prudent and sure stewardship of the economy that has seen years of healthy growth while inflation has been kept low and deficit has been reduced. And this is why the World Bank says, and I quote, "The Malaysian economy is progressing from a position of strength." This is why Malaysia was named the best country to invest in a report by Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania earlier this year. It is the stability that has been provided by the democratically elected Barisan National Government that's allowed us to achieve these results. This is the basis for a secure future for Malaysia. Ladies and gentlemen, there are others who would like to make all sorts of promises to you, but they have no track record. Even when they secretly agree on a proposal, because they are not concerned about the welfare of the Malaysian people, they're only concerned about their own political ambitions. Secondly, unfortunately, they cannot add up. They produce a shadow budget with gaping holes in it. Their fantasy economics would make Malaysia unsafe, unsecure, and unstable. This government, on the other hand, has a proven track record, a record of achievement, a record of being able to deliver. A record that sees Malaysian government enthusiastically welcomed by leaders around the world, from China, US, UK, India, Saudi Arabia, and of course, amongst our ASEAN friends. A record that has seen us awarded accolades by the World Bank, IMF, OECD, and many other global institutions. It is a record of service to the Malaysian people. We will never compromise on working for their safety and security. And let me congratulate my younger colleagues and all the young people here today who share that goal. Their contributions make me proud, and it should make all Malaysians proud. And as we continue into our 7th decade as an independent nation, a diverse country of many faiths and many ethnicities, but one in which we can all stand with our heads high as one Malaysia. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you have a full program ahead. I very much look forward to hearing the discussions that are planned for today. I'm sure you will find them useful and insightful. I look forward to your feedback afterwards. On that note, I would like to officially launch this year's KL International Youth Discourse 2017, Embracing Total Security, and why security in the total sense of the word really, really matters for all of us. I thank you.
Thank you, Dato Sri, for that very inspiring opening keynote. I'd like to request